So that's our chords in the background, right? And we want to add a drum loop to this now. Drum loops can be pretty repetitive, or they can have too much going on and can be like, oh, this drum loop has a part I really like, but the rest of the stuff is kind of just too much for what's going on. I'd like to have a pretty subdued, chilled loop running right here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my browser, and I already have picked out a drum loop that I like elements of. Sounds like this. So that's our loop. I don't know what tempo it is. I don't care because Serato will line it up tempo-wise for us automatically. So it's really nice. We'll drag it in. Oh, it's 90. There it goes, right there on the side. How about that? We're off by 2 BPM, but again, it doesn't really matter because the tempo will be synced by Serato. So let's go ahead and close the browser and take a look here. So if we want to hear this, you can hit play. And there are 2 playback modes. There's this hold mode. So when you set a point, so let's set a point here at the beginning by just clicking it. Now a point is set. And if I hold it, it'll play through the loop. If I set it to trigger, it will play through the entire loop as soon as I click this. I'm not holding it or anything. So I'm going to set it to hold. This thing I'm going to do kind of relies on that. You might want trigger when you're going to be doing like one-shot sample type stuff. But I'd like to take advantage of the fact that this is already synchronized. It's really nice. And if we set these points, like say I set a point right here, that could be an interesting point. And a point right here, that could be an interesting point. And I can set these points and have them serve as spots I can just jump to and immediately start from and sort of redo the loop, flip it into a loop that fits better with my track. So right here, there are these double hits, which work sometimes, but I think a lot of the time I want just the loop to go through just this one section. Just come through, hit, and then new loop. So let's go ahead and let me show you something I like to do to get a quick start on the way I do sampling. If you hit find samples, it'll just set markers that it thinks already works pretty well.